Hey guys, Luke Sample here, and I wanted to do a quick video on this post because I found that in text format, pre-population looks a little more complicated than it actually is. So I wanted to do a video with a specific email submit example using Aweber, which is probably the easiest way to get going quickly, and show you just how quick and easy it can be doing it live. So the first thing you're going to need to do with pre-pop is to make sure that you find an offer that is set up for pre-population. The forms have to be looking into the URL to grab information to put into the form, or it's not going to work properly. So you need to find a pre-poppable offer, and you'll notice in the post that I talk about using Offer Vault to find pre-pop offers. It's quite easy. We can actually do that really quickly. If you just search for pre-pop here in Offer Vault, you'll find a number of offers that allow pre-pop, right? So pre-pop allowed, etc., etc. Okay, so if you let's just click on one to give you an example here. So this is test and keep an iPad 3 pre-pop allowed offer, and it gives you some pre-pop instructions here, which you can talk to your affiliate manager about. I chose a little more simple email submit pre-pop for my example, just because the variable matched what Aweber does. More about that later. But I chose this $500 Best Buy gift card because it's very simple to use. Like I said, with the Aweber method we're tapping into. So what I want to talk about first is once you find your offer and you have your pre-pop instructions, basically how this thing works. And if you look at the URL up here, you'll see, like, let's just assume this is your affiliate link, right? And you'll notice that nothing is in the email field. So let's quote pre-populate something into that email field without typing here. So everything is used in the URL. So let's just say the particular variable for this offer is and email equals, right? So and email equals, and let's just put an example email here, 123@123.com. Now, when I actually visit this URL, you'll see that 123@123.com will be populated into the email address field. So let's do that now. And there you see it, 123@123.com. So it's literally that simple. All you need to do is make sure that when they land on this page, and email equals whatever their email address is populated there. So this is really easy to do with Aweber, which is why I used it as the example. So let's look at Aweber and build the form and go from there. So once you get into Aweber, you're going to create a web form, and you'll see that I've taken pretty much everything out here except the email. And then we'll go to step 2 because all we need is email for this. It's an email submit. And the important thing here is you want to select a custom page as your thank you page. So once the user submits information, they are redirected to a thank you page. We want it to be a custom thank you page because we want to redirect them to our affiliate link here, right? So that's the first two things. Select custom page, put in your affiliate link there. The next thing you're going to want to do is click on the advanced settings tab so you can show it. And you want to pass form data. So forward subscriber information to your thank you page. That's the most important part. That's what's going to pass the email address over to the actual offer. Okay. So if we go to step 3, let's just save the form and we'll preview the form so you can see. So here is the actual email form. So if we put in a test email here, it should redirect us to the offer and also pass the user information along because we clicked that button, remember? And it's going to pass it along as email equals. So let's type in a little example email here. So example at luketest.com, and we'll submit it. As you can see, we're redirected, and there it is, lukesample@luketest.com. Obviously, it's really important to pre-populate when you're collecting data, and I mentioned this in the post. The reason is you will get users that don't convert. You're adding a step. Every single added step or extra page, you're going to see some extra fall off for that. So it's really important we make it as easy as possible for that user to get through your different steps. So if I would have had to retype my email here, might be enough to turn me off and send me on my way. So we want to try to do everything in our power to keep them going in the process. And so one of the best ways to do that is to make it super easy and don't make them redo things or have to perform a lot of actions. That's the power of pre-pop, and it'll keep your conversions at nearly the same as they were before. Now, what I didn't mention in the particular post, and for good reason, because it becomes a little more complicated, is that you can use pre-pop in a lot of other types of offers. It doesn't have to be just an email submit. It can be any data that you want, as long as the advertiser has set up their page to accept pre-pop. Which brings me to another point. You might want to ask your affiliate manager what offers do allow pre-population, because some aren't advertised as pre-poppable, but they actually are. So you need to ask and see what you can do there. But bottom line is, you can pre-pop as much information as you want to, as long as the advertiser allows it and as long as you are collecting that data. So if there was a first and last name and email address, then I would create my form, first, last, and email. Again, I would pass the form information over to the thank you page, and it would pass the information through, and you would be good to go, right? So it's really important to realize that not all offers are advertised as pre-pop, and are. Or another thing that I've had done in the past is I had an offer that worked really well, but I was losing too much because I was collecting data and they weren't converting through. So I asked the advertiser if it would be cool to set up pre-pop, and they did. It took them a week or so. They got back to me and said, okay, the form is ready to pre-pop. Here are the variables that you need and the pre-pop instructions. Go. And it worked out really well for me. So just remember those things. If there is an offer that's working really well for you and you want to pre-pop and it's not, ask. A lot of times the advertiser will do that for you. So that's probably the easiest way to get started, guys, collecting a little bit of data. Now, in this particular offer, I'm collecting email addresses, and at least I'm building a foundation. I have something to go back to, an asset that I can monetize on down the line. I'm not just doing a hustle and sending traffic to an affiliate offer that might disappear tomorrow. At least I'm building some type of an asset, and on top of that, I should be able to make more money because I now have an email list that I can monetize in multiple ways. I can send them more relevant offers. I can segment them. I can, cultivate that list, and I can pass it to rev share partners that'll monetize that data as well. So there are a lot of things that can be done. But bottom line is, get started collecting data. And pre-pop is a good way to collect data and not lose a lot of conversions. So I hope this helped, guys, seeing it in actual live video. Good luck with your data collection and pre-pop. Take some action.